Mhm. Good morning, Falcon fans. Good morning, Falcon fans from all platforms across all states, all territories, all countries, not just Falcons fans, but Braves fans, Hawks fans, anybody of any ATL or Atlanta sports team. Welcome, 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 welcome. Good morning, everyone. I hope you all are doing well this fine Tuesday morning, and I hope all is going well for you. We are talking Falcons, Braves, Hawks, and good morning, Mr. Debo Vibes. How you doing this morning, sir?
T. Will, how goes it, sir? Good morning to you as well, man. What's going on?
Hey, man, not a whole lot. Just trying to tell all of our fans about these wonderful Atlanta Falcons and outstanding Atlanta Braves and those Hawks that are up and coming and doing their thing, man. Just trying to
Yes, sir.
broadcast on this Tuesday morning. How was your weekend,
Absolutely.
man? How was your Monday?
Oh man, my Monday is fantastic, man. I was just happy that the sun was shining, the snow was melting,
Yep.
and we had a little more normalcy on the roads as well as just getting around in that snow. I never want to see snow again, but yeah, that snow did a number on us, you know what I mean, man. But hey, man, the weekend was good. Watched a little wild card football, some good games,
Yeah.
man. The Falcons should have been in one of those games, but that's the just didn't work itself out, unfortunately, man. But it was a good weekend, man. How was yours, man?
It was pretty good, man. It did my heart good to see the Buccaneers lose. That's right.
It
I'm
did.
petty. That's right.
Hey,
I'm King
hey,
Petty.
hey. Hey,
Um,
and the way they lost by a doink field goal, man.
A doink.
A
A
doink, man.
doink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's crazy. The
Yes,
doink
sir.
giveth and the doink taketh away, dude. It's funny.
Absolutely.
So I was looking at the fact that Jaden Daniels beat us 2 weeks ago and helped Tampa Bay and then beat Tampa Bay this past weekend. So again, Jaden Daniels taketh, giveth, and
Yes.
Jaden Daniels taketh away. You know what I mean? So either way,
Yes.
man, I was just happy to see that the Bucks would not advance. As petty as that is, it did cushion the blow a little bit. You know what I mean? Just to know, hey, Tampa, we got a seat ready for you, buddy. We can all watch the playoffs going forward. Come on in, the water's warm. It's okay.
There you go. Exactly.
You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Felt good about it. But hey, man, let's talk about the elephant in the room. The Atlanta Falcons, our beloved Atlanta Falcons, have dismissed you know, our coach or our defensive coordinator, Jimmy Lake. I saw you make a post about it on Saturday. I think everybody was,
Yeah.
I don't want to say giddy, but everybody was look at it. It's about that time, Jimmy. It is
Absolutely.
about that time, you know. It is what it is. So tell me your thoughts. You know, when the Falcons let Jimmy go, just give me your thoughts. Give me what mine.
Here's the deal, T. Will. So after the Terry Fontenot press conference, I walked away extremely frustrated because, to be honest with you, he kept saying, "Oh, we're going to make evaluations to be made, et cetera, et cetera." And I was like, "This man's not going to change anything." That's the first thing that came to my mind. He's not going to change anything about this particular staff. They're going to run with it, and it is what it is. Because I just didn't think that the organization had any kind of the way we end the season, I didn't think the organization had any kind of backbone whatsoever to make any kind of changes. So when I was sitting there and word came across that Jimmy Lake was dismissed as defensive coordinator, you never want to see anybody get fired. First of all, you
Right.
know what I mean,
Correct.
man. But when this is a performance driven profession with professional
Mm-hmm.
football, and
Mm-hmm.
so if you're out there bringing a lack of planning and lack of scheme, in this particular situation, then you have to go. You eventually you're going to go. You know what I mean? But to answer your question in reference to Jimmy Lake, I've never I've never seen a foul and chat and I'm gonna hear your words too, man. T. Will. I've never seen a coordinator in Atlanta so criticized. The last time I saw a coordinator this criticized was Dirk Cutter, the offensive coordinator we had way back in the day.
Yeah.
So but he didn't get half of the criticism of Jimmy Lake got,
No,
but
he
it
didn't.
was due.
No, he
Yeah,
did not.
it was due. It was, and I think Jimmy Lake. The more thing about Jimmy Lake had to be the most criticized coordinator the Falcons have had in recent history,
Yeah.
because of the collapses that this man's scheme put out there, particularly the collapse. Man, that Minnesota Vikings game, when pretty much the secondary was all over the place. But the nail in the coffin, of course, had to be the last game, the Carolina Panther game, when he gave up 44 points. So schematically, it just wasn't working out. When things aren't working schematically, you can only do so much before the change has to happen. And the whole fact that this man refused to change, and then the head coach Raheem Morris had to stop, basically, quote unquote, stop what he was doing to, what I'm saying, to help with the defense. That shouldn't be done, because that's why you have a defensive coordinator.
Right.
So, I once I got the word, I don't want to I don't want to sound heartless, but it felt like Christmas, because I thought I was hearing things. Be honest with you, when I
Oh
heard
wow.
when I heard Jimmy Lake got fired, I thought it was Christmas all over again.
Oh
Because
man.
but also, T Will, we can't forget, it's not so much, not also Jimmy Lake. They also fired defensive line coach Jay Rogers.
Yeah, they did. They did. Right.
Because it's hand in hand. We got the defensive line that has one of the worst run stop run rate in the league, and being gashed up. You know, it's not just defense coordinator. You got to look at other pieces of that puzzle. So the whole fact that Terry Fontenot took those steps right there, it assured me that the organization, they see what's going on first and
Mm-hmm.
foremost,
Mm-hmm.
and they had to make a change. And when they did that, I said to myself, okay, this organization is serious about, they recognize the fact that the last season that we had was an extreme disappointment, and it was extreme failure, and they're doing something about it. So when I found out about Jimmy Lake, yeah, at that point I was like, okay, we're on the right track to do something to heal the wound, so to speak.
Yeah, man. So it's Saturday afternoon, and I'm sure like a lot of us are in different chat groups, right? You're
Right.
different Falcons, probably Braves, Hawks chat groups. So all of a sudden, Saturday afternoon, it was, I think it was after 1. I don't know what time it was, but man, these chats just start going crazy. Boop, 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 you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
what's going on? So I look at it and I see, oh, okay. Falcons get rid of Jimmy Lake. And
Right.
like you, look, I'm not happy that anyone lost their job, but it did make me feel better. Not that he lost his job, but just that we would have someone else calling the defense, making the strategies, setting the schemes, because in my humble opinion, those defensive schemes were just woefully inept. Woefully
Absolutely.
inept. You can't be third and goal on the 5-yard line and all of your defensive backs are 7 yards
or
back. Like that,
or they're in the end. Yeah, or they're in the end zone.
they're in the end zone, the deep part of the end. And what are you doing? Like, what are you do? Like, I do stuff like that when my son was, you know, 6, 7, 8 years old. I'd do stuff like that when playing Madden, just so he could say he scored. Oh, you got me. You got me. So look at it. You scored.
Hey,
Wow. You know what I
wait,
mean?
but yeah, it was crazy you say that, because you're just like, let me let them score, but we're
Right.
doing this in real life.
Exactly. And I'm like, what are you thinking? Just like, what? You know what I mean? So, and look, I wish Jimmy well. I don't wish harm or hurt on anyone. I'm just at that point in my life. I don't want anything bad to happen to anybody. I try and live by that because just personal thing for me. But he
Right,
had to
right.
go, man. He had to go. He had to go. So I feel better. And look, at hopefully we can get someone in here that can help to build onto this Falcons defense, because again, they don't have to be world beaters. You
Hmm.
saw this offense, like everyone in the chat saw this offense, like all of Atlanta saw this offense. This offense is going to be dynamic, man. All
Oh
right.
man,
Michael Penix has
absolutely.
a cannon for an arm. He can throw it anywhere. He's got weapons. You got Draco, you got Mooney, you got Bijan, you got Algier, you got Kyle Pitts, you got Ray. You have an assortment of weapons. So if you can have a defense in the top 15, we're gonna make a deep run, man. Or we
Right.
should, you know what I mean? We're gonna make the playoffs, we're gonna make a deep run. So, with that being said, I'm looking at some of the potential candidates.
Okay.
There's a story out there that says the Falcons are going to interview Lou Amaru.
Amaro from
Amaru,
Cincinnati
yeah,
Bengals. Yeah.
from Cincinnati. Yeah,
Right.
give me your thoughts on that. Like, do you know anything about him?
Yeah, I
Just
do.
give me your thoughts.
Well, here's the thing about Lou Amaro. I'm hoping I'm butchering his name, and I always get it wrong. Man. I think it's Lou Amaro. I think it is.
Okay.
His defense started off woefully, when the season started. But here's the thing I like about Lou, and I hate that he lost his job, but it is what it is. And the
Happens in the
Cincinnati
league,
Bengals
right?
had to make a
Yeah.
change.
Yeah.
He made the adjustment that had to be made, and that defense, started turning things around a little bit. And with that being done, the Bengals won the last 5 games of the season. They went 5-0 to finish it out. So the only thing about Lou and I'm just going by, what I'm saying, what I saw from watching the Bengals play, is that their defense, their defensive backs, they struggled at times, and they struggled, mightily against Kansas City. I think it was in week 2, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But he just didn't have the right pieces, to get things together. The man's been doing it for a long time, so he's highly successful.
Right.
It's just that he came across a situation where he's playing world beaters, and at that point, his defense just wasn't getting it done.
Right.
And so, but the experience that he does, but he has a lot of experience. Like I said, they won their final 5 games of the season. And the man, he does have, a lot of experience. A well-respected defensive coordinator around the league. But for him to be on top of the list, that does raise an eyebrow right there. But I wouldn't be mad at it. But I do think there's more qualified individuals who can take the spot.
Okay. How long is he? Was he with Cincinnati when they went to the Super Bowl?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think he was with them for a while. To be honest with you, man, I believe. I mean, like I said, I'm not no Lou Amaro, savant. You know what I mean, man? But I know a little bit about him, man.
Okay, so I think he's been there.
So what do you think about it?
I mean, look, it man. Jimmy. I mean, no disrespect. I'm not a defense coordinator,
Right?
but anything at this point, okay, almost anything is better than what we had.
And you said it right. Yeah, I was just thinking about that. T was like, when you look at these coaching, the defensive coordinator candidates, Jimmy Lake set the bar extremely low. So, he set the bar extremely low to the point where anybody that you bring in at that point will be a vast improvement.
Yeah.
The only thing about it is that let's make sure that we bring in the defensive coordinator who can actually work with the pieces that's been given to him, and actually use the skill set of these players and not abuse it and let what I mean. So, but yeah, like you said a little bit ago, man, anything's better. Anything will be better than Jimmy Lake, man.
And again, no disrespect, Jimmy. I don't play the game. I don't coach the game. I got to give you your respect, but because I don't want to be negative and just rip into somebody. It takes a lot to be a defensive head coach or any sort of coach in the NFL. You're probably working 16-hour days, 16, 17, 18-hour days. A lot of coaches sleep there. And look, I know what that's like. I work some 15, 16-hour days back here, but I'm at home.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not in traffic. I'm not driving. I'm not driving out the Flowery Branch. So you work 16 hours there, and you don't live nearby. You talking about really 18 hours that you're gone, because it might be 45 minutes, especially with Atlanta traffic. You might be talking 45 minutes to an hour driving there and back. Bro, that's a lot.
Oh yeah,
that's a
absolutely.
lot. So look, I'm not ripping Jimmy. Jimmy, it didn't work out. Hopefully you go somewhere else, and learn and be successful. You know what I mean? We all grow. Belichick didn't get it right his first go around with Cleveland. And I'm not saying that Jimmy's going to be Belichick. I'm just saying, look, it's possible. You can be anything you want. So,
right.
And my brother has joined us this morning. And you know what? I am so sorry. Let me give Falcon Commander his props. Falcon Commander says, good Tuesday, January 14th, 2025. Go Atlanta Falcons. Rise up, Dirty Birds. Go Hawks. Go Bulldogs. Sick 'em. Woof, woof, woof. Go Bravos for Atlanta. Vamos, vamos, ATL. Hey, Falcon Commander, I love it, man. I
Let's
love it.
go.
Let's go.
That's the ATL energy right there.
That's
Yes, sir.
ATL energy. My brother, Eric Parker, my guy, my literal blood brother, says, I don't think we had the personnel for his scheme. Eric, you talk about Jimmy or you talking about Lou? Let me know in the chat.
If he's talking about Jimmy Lake, then I will have to respectfully totally disagree. Because you can have anybody out there. You can have Sauce Gardner out there. You can have anybody out there, and it still wouldn't work.
He's talking
Because
about Jimmy. He's
talking about Jimmy Lake.
Yeah, he's
I
talking
don't.
about Jimmy.
I would have to. Yeah, I would have to ask. I would have to ask Eric. I mean, what personnel would work when the opponent is at the 15 at the 10-yard line, and we got all of our defensive backs in the end zone.
Maybe, and I'm spitballing here, but maybe Eric is saying if you had all corners who could do man, because then maybe you don't have to play him back. And again, this is I'm not in Eric's head,
right?
Yeah, you talking about the D line and the linebackers? Damn. Okay. All right. I got you. Okay. Here. I guess from a pass rush perspective, you know what I mean? Like if they get there quicker, I guess so. But hey, little brother, good to see you this morning, man.
Likewise, yeah.
Hope you're doing great out there. My brother does a lot, man. I'm not gonna put his business out there, but he was in a similar situation than I was a couple of years ago. And my brother does a lot, man. Truly unselfish person. And hey, man, I love my brother. Thomas Scott. Good morning, Thomas, from the Rise Up Tour. How you doing, brother? How you doing, Thomas?
Got that strong arm right there.
Hey, man. Yes, what's going on, Thomas? Hopefully everything is all right, man. Hopefully you're doing well. Oh, wow. I'm sorry. King Atlanta supporter. I still believe these Falcons will win the first Super Bowl and many more. Watch. King, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at my brother talking about dropping Judon in coverage. That's what I was laughing at. Because look, I want the Super right.
Oh God. Right. Hey man, my blood pressure went up, bro.
I honestly I think that may have been the final straw that got Jimmy. Like, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing, bro?
I keep telling you, man. Yeah.
Man, hey, Debo, I'm watching this game, right? I'm trying to give you the appropriate analogy, but I'm watching this game, and it's like if you mad with your kids, right?
Right.
And you like, I know he is not about to do. I got that. I know he. Oh my! Right, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm watching this like I know I don't see Judon. I know I don't see Judon drop it in the coverage, and they rotate like, and he's in man.
Right.
He's not in zone.
Yeah, man cover. Yeah,
man. Right.
Yeah.
And they run this tailback, and it's no way. Like
no way.
It's like you spill a glass of water. And it's about to hit your computer, and your computer's like beneath the table, and all the water is running out, and you can't stop it, and you're like, no.
Yeah.
You just watch it happen. That's what it was like when they dropped Judon, because I saw the quarterback see Judon, see his guy, right? Like he's about to snap the ball, and he sees, oh shit, are you serious?
Hey, you can't miss some red sleeves. Can't miss some red sleeves, bro.
Right. You see him, and the quarterback's like, are you serious? And then you see the tailback flare out to the right. And I'm like, oh, this is gonna be bad, right? Like it's like you're about to see a car accident, and you're watching it like
you're bracing yourself. And you're bracing yourself, and Judon in coverage, man. We get a running back come out of the backfield on a wheel route. This man trying to cover him, and you know it's not happening. And then you like you said, like, I know I'm not looking at that. I know I'm not. I know this ain't about to happen. I know it's ain't about to happen, and then it happens. And then it happens.
I'm not looking at this, right? And then and it's a touchdown. It's a touchdown, by the way.
And here's the thing about T. Will. we're not just talking about one incident. And
No.
I'm calling it an incident. It is indeed an incident. It happened multiple times where they put Judon in coverage.
Yeah, man. That's crazy. So my brother says Judon shouldn't be dropped in the Never. I agree.
Never. No, absolutely not.
My brother says he was doing it most of the season. William Amy says, "Yo, what up, William
Yiggy,
Amy? How you
yo,
doing this
what's
morning,
up?
man? What's going on? What's good with you?" William says,
William.
"That's sad, man. We got to play better this year." Yeah, we do, and we got to call better defenses, which is why we're looking at the potential candidates we are. So, hey, let's get into it, man. We're talking about Lou. Amaro.
Amaro. Yeah.
If somebody knows the pronunciation of his name, drop it in the chat. Because I'm with Debo. I don't want to be butchering this man's name like I probably have been. But Lou Amaro. We'll call him Lou. Debo.
Oh yeah, Big Lou. Yeah, Big Lou. Yeah, Lou.
All right, well, Big Lou. Yeah, that's right. Wait a minute. That Big Lou. That was I think that was Bow-Legged Lou from
Oh yeah, Sugar Hill Gang. Oh, not
no,
Sugar,
no,
not
no, no,
Sugar
no,
Hill
no.
Gang.
Ain't nothing wrong with a temporary love thing. Oh God, full force. That's Bow-Legged Lou. All right, so big. Yeah, I'm
man,
old.
You took me back. You just took me back, man.
Way back.
Man, you just took me back. That man said full force.
Man, I'm old as dirt, man. I'm
man,
old.
we both are, man.
Yeah,
we
but
both
you don't look it though. You don't look it. Like I go in stores and buy liquor and get my wallet out, and the clerk goes, "Yeah, right."
No, yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Put that thing away. What are you? Yeah, right. Okay, put that thing away, buddy. I mean, where were you born? In the year 2? I mean,
hey, just real quick, Joe. I'm not Joe, but a point of interest. That movie, Back to the Future, right? Yep. That movie came out in 1985, and essentially it was about Marty going back 30 years, back to 1955.
Right.
You know what's crazy, T. Will? If that movie was made now and somebody went back to the future 30 years, it would be 1995.
Yeah,
that's
man.
30 years of 1995. 1995 was already 30 years ago, bro. Right. And I remember like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
So when you say I'm old as dirt, bro. Shoot.
It's crazy, man. Look, it's funny. So when my dad was in his 40s and 50s and I'd ride with him or whatever, he'd play all the songs from his day, and I'd be like, "Oh God, I'll never be like this. I'll never be like this." And now that I'm 50, like I listen to 80s and 90s and early 2000s, and I probably cap it right there. Like there are a few artists I listen to from today, but most of them are from yesteryear, man. So it's scary. We become our parents, but
we become our parents, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It is what it is.
So let's look at it, man.
As life.
Yeah, it is, bro. It is. Let's look at it. We got I got 1, 2, 3. Maybe 4 guys. So Lou Amaro, we talked about him. Let's talk about Steve Wilkes, man. What do you think about him as our defense coordinator? Give me your thoughts.
I wouldn't mind. I mean, to be honest with you, I would love to have Steve Wilkes up in here, man. Because for one, his resume speaks for itself. His last time he actually did something was on a Super Bowl team, and which was with the 49ers. And I don't know, there was some kind of fallout between him and the 49ers during the Super Bowl or something like that, where they
they blamed him.
They blamed him, and then they fired his ass. You know what I mean?
And you know what? Kyle's an asshole, man. And I typically don't do that, but Kyle's an asshole because his defense got you to the Super Bowl, bro.
Absolutely.
And it's not like the defense, it's not like they gave up 50 points. I don't remember what the score was, but it wasn't anything exorbitant like that.
Right.
I got the feeling like Kyle was like, "Well, hey man, it's me or you, and it's gonna be you," which is
for sure.
kind of a bad move. Before I forget,
okay.
Yesterday, January the 13th, was my niece's birthday. Her name is Logan Wilson. And I wanted to give her a shout out and say, Logan, happy birthday. I hope you had a great day. She is 16.
Okay.
So, sweet 16. Yes, Logan, enjoy yourself. Uncle Terry loves you. Keep doing well. You're doing so good in school. And of course, my brother, your dad, and your mom are so proud of you, and I'm proud of you. And hey, Logan, just congratulations. Keep on doing what you're doing. So just had to do that.
Job well done.
Yes, sir. So now back to it. King Atlanta supporter says, "What should Atlanta Falcons do next season to be better?" Well, I think you start with the defense coordinator. Like I really do. You know what I mean? I think it was kind of a risk for Raheem to start with two first-time coordinators, one on offense and one on defense. I don't know that that's ever been done, but I certainly would have done it. So,
I can't recall. I
yeah,
can't recall.
you gotta think that hey, we get a defense coordinator in here who
Who's done before?
who's done it before should be able to give you a leg up. My brother says, "Nah, you play the same song 100 times in a row," and you know what? He's right. I thought about it. So I think this was when my Eric and I's grandmother passed.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was. It was either grandmother, uncle, somebody, one of those funerals.
Okay.
And we're going down, and we're going down to Mobile because that's where my folks are from. So we're driving to Mobile, and I had never heard this album by Gucci before. It was
Okay.
the one with Little Friend.
Okay.
Little Friend on. Man, I hear this song and I fall in love with it. So I probably played that song going down to Mobile and coming back. I probably played that song like 50 times, man. My brother has never played that song again. He's like, "You ruined it for me. You ruined that album." So that's what he's referring to, which he's right. I don't do that anymore, but I don't know what I was on, man. I just fell in love with that song, man.
Let me ask you a quick question, man. You can only have one, man.
All right.
SWV or Escape?
I'm gonna say SWV just because
SWV.
I like Escape, but I think SWV. My brother wilded this morning. Stop it, Eric. Stop it. So I'm gonna say SWV just because I think they are better vocally.
And
you know what? Let me not do that. I just like SWV. Like,
okay, yeah, that's cool.
That's cool. I like them better. I like their matter of fact, they made a song a couple of years ago. I like that. You know what I mean? I like Escape, but Escape was more of the teeny boppers at the time.
Right. Okay.
You know
right.
I mean? And they were well, their first couple albums. Now they did drop some bangers, but I've just always been a fan of SWV. I think they're older and more closer to my age. So, I remember them starting. So I'm gonna say SWV, man.
SWV.
What say you? What say you?
Man. Ooh. I have to agree, man, because like the thing about it, man, when SWV came out, it came out with Right Here, and of course it came out with Weak. Man. So I would have to definitely have to say now if
that's my favorite song by them ever, and Missy Elliott, and just that entire album for me, that one that Can We was off of.
That was a slept on album, bro.
It was because they had Rain.
Rain came from the album. Yeah,
Use Your Heart and Not Your Mind.
It was. Yeah.
Can We? They had at least like 5 like songs that were.
It was slept on though.
Yeah.
It was slept on. It was slept on. Yeah, so I would definitely have to say SWV. Now, if we want to talk about SWV versus In Vogue, then it's a whole different conversation.
Vogue, man. It's not even
close.
It's
not even close,
man. It's not even close, bro. They were
totally agree, bro.
You know what's weird? So Holly Robinson Pete and what's her name from In Vogue look identical. Have you ever seen them together?
I've seen them. They look like they're twins, separated at birth, bro.
Identical twins, like
separated at birth.
Bro, if that had been me, somebody would have some explaining to do. Like, Mama, what's up? You know what I mean?
Man, real.
My mama always used to say, "Mama's baby, Daddy's maybe." You know what I mean? You ever heard that?
No,
I know it.
I never. Hold up, bro. I've never heard that before, man.
But I'm just saying, man, they look alike, bro.
They do.
They look too much alike. Nah, but. In all seriousness, I like Steve Wilkes. He did get a raw deal in San Francisco, but he's always been a good defensive coach. And to me, he has been the type of coach to take what you give him and make the most out of it. Just a great defensive coach. He reminds me a little of what's Tampa Bay's head coach. What's his name? He's a defensive. What's his name?
Head coach for the Buccaneers, Todd
Yeah,
Bowles.
yeah, Todd Bowles. He reminds me of Todd Bowles a little bit in the fact in the way they call games, and I could be wrong, but he just remnants it. They both call really good defenses. They don't give up a lot of yards. They blitz a lot.
Yeah, they're very aggressive. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's very
so
aggressive. Yeah,
he reminds me of him a little bit, but I like Steve Wilkes. I like Steve Wilkes.
you put the right personnel around a guy like Steve Wilkes, who can actually go in there and teach these, and that we need a teacher. You know
Yeah,
what I mean, bro?
yeah,
We need a
yeah.
teacher. We need somebody to teach, and to actually say this is how it's going to be done. This is how we should do it. You know what I'm saying? This how, and then simply get the most out of skill set that we have, because we
Yeah,
got skill, bro. That's what's so frustrating about this whole Jimmy Lake thing.
yeah.
We don't have world beaters, but we have individuals who have certain skill sets to get the job done. You know what I mean? Look at Caden Ellis, bro. One of the best linebackers out there.
Caden
You know
is
what I'm
a
saying? But
stud when you're rushing him. And to be
exactly.
honest with you, Ebiketie was a stud in that 5-week period. Like Ebiketie was
You
killing folks.
Ebiketie, you take that Ebiketie, you put him on a defense that has the perfect scheme, i.e., like a Steve Spagnuolo, you know what I mean, with Kansas City, or shoot, even the young kid Shula, who that defense showed out last night for the Rams. You
Oh
put
my
somebody
God.
in
They
in
had
the
like
right
eight
situation.
sacks last
They had
night.
9 sacks last night, bro.
Damn. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, they had 9 sacks last night. So yeah, so you if you put Ebiketie, which I'm real excited about, man, because you saw what this man did. He was
Oh yeah.
unstoppable. He was, but at the same time, the way that he got that way, it wasn't because Jimmy Lake. It's because Raheem Morris somebody had to put their hands on that
Made the
defense, and I think
adjustment.
it's
Yeah.
Raheem Morris.
I think
We
it was
get that
Raheem
situation. Yeah, it
and
had to
or
be
Jay
Raheem,
Gray.
man.
And or
Had
Jay
to be.
Gray.
It had to be.
But
But yeah, man, Steve Wilkes, bro, like he would be one that I would be very excited about. And I just totally thought about something, man. Like, I think whenever you whenever you hire a defensive coordinator, you
yes.
have to be quick on the draw to hire a defensive line coach as well. So I'm just trying to figure out whichever defensive coordinator comes in, will this individual pick his own defensive line coach, because they got to work.
Probably so.
They got to work in concert together,
They
bro.
do. They do. And I would that's actually a good question, Debo. I would think so. You never know. I mean, Raheem could be like, look, I'm not going through this again. So
Mm.
I'm,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah,
I'm
Raheem. Yeah, yeah.
he could be like, but I mean, you're probably right. Normally it's gonna be the defensive coordinator. So I tell you what, the next guy I want to talk about is Robert Saleh. And I don't think the Falcons have a snowball's chance in
Right.
where HE double hockey sticks, because I
Mm.
think the 49ers have all but given him the offer. Like I know that they have to interview a certain amount of people, but I think they're going to offer it to Robert Saleh, and look at what he already has on defense. Wouldn't you take them? I sure would.
Oh
You
yeah.
got Bosa, you got a bunch of you got your linebackers, you got the two best linebackers in the league.
Right.
So yeah, man. If it's me, that's who I'm taking.
I'm totally going to San
Um,
Fran. Yeah, and like you said, Robert Saleh. If someone like he'll scoff at the idea of going coming to the Falcons. Yeah,
I
So
mean, you hope not, but he could. I mean, you know what? I would just say that I'm trying to say it, so it goes down like ice cream. I would just say that he would prefer the 49ers. You know what I mean? Like he because
that's a proper way of saying it. Yeah, yeah.
what you got? You know what I mean? Um, I don't know, man. It would be great. Look, it's a dream, right?
It
It's
is
a dream.
totally.
It's a dream. I think Robert Saleh is a great coach. The players certainly respect him. But I honestly just don't think he's coming to Atlanta. And my brother just said I wouldn't. You wouldn't give me some context, Derek. You wouldn't like Saleh, or you wouldn't give me some context, Eric, and what you're saying.
Yeah, somebody saying you wouldn't. That could mean a number of things right there, man.
Yeah, it could.
Yeah,
I don't know. He'll
but I
probably
mean,
back himself.
you got individuals on that San Fran defense. Fred Warner's on that defense, one of the linebackers,
Mhm.
man. So
And
and
who's the other
solid.
one?
Hmm?
It's two. It's two that are the best. It's two. Warner, and then the other one that got hurt again. What's his name? Jesus, what is his name?
Linebacker.
Yeah, the other one. Greenlaw. Greenlaw.
Ah,
Greenwood.
okay.
Yeah, two
Right,
two
right.
best linebackers in the league, bar none. And then you add Joey Bosa. I mean, they got a great defensive line, man. He
Yeah.
gonna leave after 1 year. Oh, he talking about Salah. Okay, all right, I see why. I see what he's saying now. All right,
Hmm.
thank you, bro. That's a good point.
That's
So
a
he's
real good point.
yeah, what he's saying is Salah will probably come in here for a year, you know what I mean, get his weight up, and then the next head coaching opportunity,
Yeah. We
and I'm out.
we don't need that. Because yeah, we do not need that.
Yeah.
One thing the Atlanta Falcons need is stability and
Oh,
consistency.
yeah. Yeah.
Stability. Like I said, bro, 4 years, four different defense coordinators were coming on. Dean
Yeah.
Pease, Ryan Nielsen, Jimmy Lake, and a new one. That's
Yeah.
4 in 4 years.
Yeah.
Unacceptable. So we definitely need somebody to come up in here, man, and be here. Now I know I know it's in vogue for like coordinators to come in here, do a great job, and then get a head coaching job. That's how it's always been in the NFL, man.
Yeah.
So but there are you look at the old school coordinators, you know what I'm saying, like who did their thing and stayed with the same team, like a Dick LeBeau, you know what I'm saying, for the Steelers, or a Monty Kiffin for the
For Tampa Bay.
the Tampa
Yeah.
Bay, man. And that's something
Jim
that,
Jim
that's
Johnson for the Eagles. You remember him?
who?
Jim Johnson for the
Oh
Eagles.
yeah. So we just need some kind of consistency, and that's the main thing that frustrated me when we had that Terry Fontenot news conference. Was like, we're going to come back and with a consistent, but in a wrong way, bringing back the same staff. But we bringing in new blood, and you know what I'm saying, and hopefully we can bring in somebody that can make it work. But I totally agree. I totally agree with what you said, man. Like Salah, it'd be one and done, bro.
He'd be out. He would be
Yeah.
out. Yeah. So Eric says I wouldn't mind taking back Ryan Nelson. Yeah, I think Ryan Nelson would be good. And you basically have the same personnel for for the most part.
T Wood, I would take Ryan Nielsen back in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I would take him back in a heartbeat, bro.
Yeah, man.
Because like I remember as the season went on this past season, and we were trying out that defensive scheme. The main thing I was like, man, Ryan Nielsen will not do this. Where's Ryan Nielsen? Where's Ryan Nielsen? I would love to have him back, but that's probably and what he want to come back though? That's the question.
Hey, man.
Because I don't think they're part of the Falcons and Ryan Nielsen part on the best ways. To be honest with you, that's why he let them win to Jacksonville.
Well, hopefully he would, man. Somebody need to get down on the knee and sing. I know you want to leave me, but I refuse to let you go.
You never know, though,
Ryan
man.
Nelson, if I have to beg and plead for your sympathy, I
Okay,
don't mind. Hey, somebody need to do something.
hey,
Come on, Ryan. Come on back,
yeah,
Ryan. Come on back.
yeah.
I like Ryan. I like Steve. Salah's not coming here.
No.
Lou, Amaru. Lou, Big Lou. We said Big Lou, right?
Yeah,
Big Lou.
Big Lou. That's it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, I wouldn't be mad at Big Lou. I wouldn't be mad at it. You know what I mean? Because he's got 5 years experience.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like this guy just fell off the boat and was like, oh, let me see. We're gonna make all these changes, and this is what we're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I mean, it's cool. I'm okay with him. Let's talk about Robert Ulrich. Oh no, wait. Is it Robert or Jeff? Jeff
Ulbrich.
Jeff Ulbrich. Yes. Boy, I got that one wrong on
man, I
my
was like Robert Ulbrich. Robert. Man, that's like Robert. You're expensive for hire, bro.
I know, right? Expensive for hire. Exactly. Exactly. Like what? What the? Maybe that's where my mind went. I don't know, man. I'm dating myself again. Let's
Jeff
talk
Ulbrich,
about
man.
man.
Okay.
So he was the defensive coordinator for the Jets, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
And when Salah left, the defense kind of sucked.
Oh, it was putrid, bro.
Okay, another
way. The defense was horrible. Yeah,
it was not great. It was not great. The offense was terrible throughout, but when Salah left, the defense definitely took a step back. This all happened under Ulbricht's watch. What do you and I know he was the interim head coach, but just give me your thoughts on him as a potential candidate.
Well, it would be a homecoming because Ulbrich, he was a linebackers coach our Super Bowl year. So he was this will be his second go around. He was here for a couple of years, as a matter of fact. He and with Dan Quinn during Super Bowl years. So he was our linebackers coach. His defense was lights out last year, man. So the defense made a total turnaround from being one of the best in the league to being one of the worst in the league. The New York Jets had the defensive ranking in 2023 was the third in the league, a total defense. So they had an outstanding defense last year, and then it just went straight to the toilet bowl this year for some reason, man. But I do think Jeff Ulbrich has the experience, and he's young, bro. I mean, I'm gonna talk about that. He's a younger, coordinator, man. So so he's relatable. So his resume is good. A lot of people look at how he did as a head coach with the New York Jets, but he was he was an intern, interim head coach. His bread and butter is defense. So if Jeff Ulbrich came here, I wouldn't be mad at all because, like I said, and we're talking about recency. You know what I mean? So it's like we're talking about a guy who worked at a high level with the Jets because they did have it. Like I said, not this year, but if you look at last year, they had a third-rate defense. The New York Jets was one of the best defenses in the league 2 years ago. What happened this year? It is what it is with whole Robert Saleh getting fired and the multitude of things that happened to that organization. But to bring in a Jeff Ulbrich, I wouldn't be mad at it because, like I said, you're looking at somebody who had recent success, not someone who is a retread, so to speak, but somebody who can come in, yeah, and be relatable. And like, you can't be mad at a former linebacker being a defensive coordinator because that lets you know he's have his hand down in dirt and be in the trenches, man. You know what I mean? So, Jeff Ulbrich, if we decided on him, man, it'd be something promising in my opinion. Because like I said, he does speak for himself, having a third rate defense that he coached. And of course, I think he learned some things from his time with Robert Saleh too. You know what I mean? So I think he brings a lot to the table.
My only concern, right, is like the defense just crashed when Salah left, right? That's
That's true.
just the thing in the back of my mind, right? It's like it's
Hmm.
it's like that scene in the Temptations where it's like there is no temptations without me, and they're like, we don't need you, David, we don't need you,
Oh man,
David.
I know the only thing I can say the reason it went straight to the hole is because Jeff Albrecht didn't have the opportunity because you're looking at somebody who just has his hands right on that defense.
Right,
That's all you do. Yeah, you take care of that defense,
right.
and you're removing that once he has a responsibility as being a head coach. So once that now, so now you're not just focusing on defense. You got to focus on the entire team as a whole. And
Uh,
I mean, that's the only thing. That's the bro. That I'm with you. That when Salah got fired, man, and they brought in Albert. I mean, but let's be honest. Just as an organization, this year was a joke.
they
You know
were,
what I mean? So
they were,
it's kind of hard to
they
just put
were,
on one particular individual because
they were.
that whole team was horrible. You know what I mean? So, but it was a little concerning the way the defense digressed. But we're looking at a situation where your defense coordinator becomes essentially a head coach on an interim basis. Then when something like that can happen, that can be somewhat of a distraction for his respective unit that he coaches.
That's true. We got Miss Carrie from One Time for the Fan.
Gary,
Miss Carrie, baby. Good morning, Miss Carrie. How you doing? Hopefully all is well. Guys, we could not do anything at One Time for the Fan without Miss Carrie. She is the engine that makes us go. She's our producer. She gives us all the material, all the stories, and all that stuff. And we couldn't do it without her. So good morning, Miss Carrie. How are you? Hopefully all is well. Hey, guess what, Debo? It's
yes sir.
that time in the show, right, where we have to place phone calls, right?
Okay.
So I'm thinking we need to talk to Raheem about, him getting, letting Jimmy go and then potentially maybe who he's looking at for a defense coordinator. So I know you and Raheem are tight. You think you could get him on the phone for us?
Let me see what I can do right quick, man. Let me text
All
him
right.
right quick, man.
All right. I appreciate that,
Yeah,
man. That,
let's see.
that that would be great if
He's
you
a,
know
he's a busy he's a busy man, bro.
he's a
Let me
busy man. Yeah, he's trying to
let
hire
me
a defense coordinator,
he's
man. I
trying to
mean,
hire
listen,
defensive coordinator, defensive line coaches. You know what I'm saying? So
man, scheme, draft picks and all that.
Draft
A
picks,
lot
man.
going on.
Try to keep his job, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. It's rough, man.
Yeah,
it's rough.
Hey, he said he'll jump on for me right quick.
He's cool. All right, so hey, do me a favor. Just I know you got to call him or whatever, and you don't want anybody to see you dial him. So just go ahead and turn your camera off, and and I'll go ahead and call Raheem.
Okay, bet.
All right. Ring. Ring.
Led, that's you? D-Led, that's you?
Like, no. It's T. Will from the 4MYATL Sports Morning Show. How you doing, Raheem?
Who? Oh, yeah, that one guy. The YouTube guy. YouTube, right? YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube, right? Yeah. YouTube. Yeah. What's the other guy? The skinny guy. What's his name? Curtis. Chris. Right. Yeah. B2. Yeah. A1. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. What's going on, YouTube? What's happening with you? What's going on, man?
Oh man, so quick. You guys let go of Jimmy Lake this week.
Jimmy had to go. He right? He had to go.
Was that tough for you?
No.
Was that tough being that he was your buddy? Was that hard?
Let me. Hey. Will J. Is it Will T? Will T? Will T? Will.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Like, okay. I knew a guy named T. Will back in Jersey. Cool guy. Okay. So, let me ask you a question right quick. All right,
okay.
Is it easy for a kid to eat candy?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay. So you asked me if it was easy for me to fire Jimmy Lake. It's one of the easiest things I've ever done in my life. Like, he had to go. Jimmy had to go. Listen, he had to go.
Jimmy had to go.
You got people looking at me, looking at me crazy.
Wow.
I got Zeno looking at me. Zeno, he looking at me crazy. I got Tori. Yeah, Tori looking at me crazy. D-Led looking at me. The whole person looking at me crazy. Like, I can't have it. Can't do it.
That D-Led's pretty intense, man. I get it. So,
right.
So Coach Rod, let me ask you this question. I know that
call me Raheem. Call me Raheem.
Just Raheem? Okay,
yeah,
thank you, Raheem. So Raheem, I know you're looking at some potential candidates, right? You guys are interviewing Lou Amaru, and you're probably looking at Steve Wilkes and Jeff Ulbricht. But just, I don't know, give me your thoughts on Steve Wilkes. I know you had him earlier, during the season to kind of come in and look at a few practices, but just give me your thoughts on Steve Wilkes.
Awesome guy. He's the type of guy that I wouldn't mind. If I was in a bar fight, I would love to have Steve Nixon by my side. He's one of those guys that that like you got to have next to you, right.
Yeah, I tell you who I wouldn't want next to me in a bar fight. That's Kyle Pitts. I don't know if you saw that little dust up they had, but Kyle didn't help Drake out. Give me your thoughts on that.
Yeah, he's got to go.
Oh wow!
I don't want to put it, but what happens inside, right? Some things, some things we got to put out there, right? You got to
put them out.
I was talking to D-Led the other day. I told D-Led that Cal Pitts, that guy, he's bringing the team down. I mean, hey, the standard is a standard. All right,
the standard is a standard. You're right.
We gotta do something about that. But
you're right.
But we're gonna go back to Steve Wilkes. Steve. If we bring him in and coach the guys up, that'd be fine. But I can't tell everybody everything.
Of course not.
I can't. But I'll let you know. I'll let you know that he's one of the good ones. He's one of the good ones, kid.
Okay, I can dig that. Coach.
Yeah. But again, we're talking about bringing somebody in to replace, like
Jimmy,
gum on the shoe, pretty much. Gum on the shoe.
Oh wow! Oh, that's not a nice way to describe your friend.
He's still my friend.
Right.
I tell Jimmy all the time. Hey Jimmy, it didn't work out here. It is what it is. It didn't work out here. But if he gets back on his feet, right, gets back on his feet, and gets another head coaching job or any kind of job, and if he needs a timeout, I let him know.
You let him know.
Just call me. But I got plenty. I got plenty of them. I got plenty of timeouts.
You do.
I keep them. I love timeouts.
Hey, let me answer this question. Jimmy.
Right.
Look, everybody was talking in our chat the other day about your capri pants, right? and your shoes. Now, I got to be honest.
Okay.
I love the capri pants, but a lot of folks have issues with that. Would you ever consider just going to normal pants, or like, what's your deal with the capri pants? Just like, talk to me. Give me your thoughts on that.
Well, see, the thing about it is you got to go with what you know, right? You got to go with what you know. Saying there's people out there that say, hey, your capri pants, what's going on with them? Hey, for those guys, listen, like I said, we don't listen to outside voices. Those are outside voices. We don't listen to them. We don't listen to, and people want to Chris, I'm a capri pants. Hey, there's a lot of things that a lot of people do, right? That's my rebuttal. But I'll ask them, hey, people want to criticize. Hey, do you have Michael Penix as your quarterback? How about that? Huh? I do.
Oh, you're right. They don't.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah. Right? Like
they don't.
Like people criticize. You got Penix as your quarterback? No. But speaking of Penix, hey, the kids got it. But hey, I trust Kirk. I love Kirk. Kirk's my guy.
So the kids got it, but you love Kirk.
Hey, Kirk got us where we need to be. We were 6-3. We didn't make the playoffs, but he got us 6-3. So I stand by Kirk. I stand by Dad. I bench him. Yeah, I benched him a little bit. Had to make him had to pivot. Had to pivot. Right.
Had to pivot.
Had to pivot.
Okay.
Curse my guy. But yeah, capri pants. That's something I do. It's something that Hey, people look at me all the time crazy. I say I say crazy things. I do crazy things. So right.
So right. Yeah, right. So let me ask you this, right? Are we trading Kirk? I know you love Kirk, right? But that's a lot of money to pay to somebody to sit on the bench. So is it possible that we're trading Kirk Cousins this offseason, or are you just not ready to let him go? Like give me your thoughts on that, Raheem.
Well, we got sit down and talk to Kirk. Kirk talk to Kirk and his agent. I love Kirk. I love him. But every just gotta every now and then you gotta realize that things that every now and then you gotta have a divorce. You just gotta divorce somebody every now and then.
You just gotta divorce somebody.
You gotta divorce him. You
gotta go.
Situation. We'll talk to Kirk and see what Kirk had to say. And Kirk, he might just give a upper eyebrow to the situation. But right.
Right.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But
we will see what happens.
Love that guy.
Hey, love him too. Like you say, he did get us to 6-3. Well, I tell you what, Coach Raheem, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We really appreciate you joining us as always. Hey man,
let me say something. All right, now listen, Will T. If you ever need anything, man, just let Debo know when. Debo has my number, and he can might be able to take care of it. But other than that, hey, we're working on things, and Terry, Terry has he's hard work. Terry Fontenot.
Yep,
that's my guy. But at the same time, Jimmy Lake was my guy. So we'll see what happened with that. We'll have to see what happens. That's the
Terry gets it done, man. I think Terry will be fine. Terry gets it done, so that's okay.
He better he better. If not, he gotta go. He's
gotta go. He's gotta join Jimmy.
You gotta go.
Oh wow. Okay.
Can't have it.
All right. Well, hey, you heard it here first, Falcons fans. That is Mr. Raheem Morris. Mr. Morris, thank you so much. You have an amazing day. And hey, hopefully we'll see you Friday. Hopefully we can talk to you Friday.
Oh, well, I guess so. Yeah. I just go in there and answer these dumb questions, and I leave. I smile, I laugh. I giggle. I point out D-Led. I point out Tori. Love Tori. Tori Michael. Love her. Zeno.
Do you love Zeno? I don't get that you love Zeno.
That's my guy. Come on, couple of Jersey guys. He is from
Jersey. You're right. You're right. Okay.
Can't stand
it. All right, Coach Rob. Yeah. Hey, have a good one. Thanks for calling, and thanks for being a good sport. Have a great day. Goodbye.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Coach Raheem.
Love that guy, man.
Hey, Debo, thanks for hooking that up with us.
Hey, love that guy, man. He's a cool dude. If you get to know him, man, he's a pretty fun guy when you get to know him, bro.
he's a great dude, man. Great dude. Love him. Appreciate him. Really do. Hey, look at Debo. I know you got a roll, man. So,
yes, sir.
If you would just tell everybody where they can find you, man. And we can go ahead and get you up out of here.
All right, as always, man, you guys can find me on YouTube at Debo Vibes. And I know the other day Kara was wondering how you spell it. It's DEBOE and then Vibes, VIBS. Falcons all the time. Falcons talk, a little bit of the Hawks talk, a lot of Braves talk. But, you know, we are about a month away from pitchers and catchers reporting. You know what I mean? So, man, can't wait for that. We got a lot of prospects for the Braves coming in. So we'll be talking a little bit. I'll be talking a little bit about that. And I'm going to be dropping, I'm a foodie, so I'll be dropping a food video within the next couple of days, and I'll get back on that. So if you're hungry, if you like Atlanta sports, Debo Vibes is a place to be, goddamn.
Hey, question for you.
Yes, sir.
I know I sent you a boatload of food videos. Is that cool? Because I love food too. As my brother will attest to. My nickname with my brother is actually Drive Through. I'll tell you that story next week. That is a real thing. That's a real thing.
You say nickname is Drive Through.
My nickname is Drive Through.
Oh man.
Eric calls me Drive. I'll tell you next week. I know you gotta go, but I just want to make sure it was cool, man, because I've run across of a lot of spots.
Oh yeah, totally.
So,
I'm always open to suggestions, yo. Real talk.
Yeah. We probably need to link up, man, and do some sort of ATL Sports, Debo Vibes, just food. Just do it at a restaurant, man. I think that'd be really cool. You know what I mean? I think the fans. Oh no, Eric says a drive-through shouty. Okay, drive-through shouty. Anyway,
it went from bad to worse.
It did. I know you got to roll. Thank you, brother. Right. I will see you Friday.
Yes, sir. See you then.
All right.
Take care, my man.
Then. All right. You do the same. You do the same. So, hey, guys, that was Debo Vibes. Really talented brother. Really talented guy. Just a lot of fun, a lot of good energy, and just, really enjoy doing shows with him. So look for more content from 4MYATL Sports and Debo Vibes. And look it, we're just trying to get better and grow in ways that we can. So yeah, that's great. But we're going to go ahead and bring it to a close. We are approaching the 9 o'clock hour. So to all who tuned in to the show, thank you. You could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be with us. And, hey, we can't do anything but thank you and tell you how much we appreciate you. And do me a favor, come on back. Pretty much I'm here on this channel every day, Monday through Friday. So I'm going to drop the link. And if you haven't subscribed already, please be so kind as to do so. But yeah, so again, just to give you the schedule, it's typically Monday morning at 10:15 a.m. And we'll typically do content with the Beard Gang. Tuesday morning with Debo Vibes and myself from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Sometimes we'll go a little longer, but it's typically 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. My brother says all day. It is not all day, Eric. Jesus, it is not. It's really not. Sometimes it seems like all day. I'll give you that. But it's really not, Eric. It's really not. Okay. So I'm here Tuesday mornings from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Wednesday from 10:15 a.m. to 12:15 p.m. Again with Beard Gang. We're talking Falcons. Thursday, it's a simulcast or a joint podcast on C-Dub's channel as well as my channel. And again, we're talking Falcons. That's from 10:15 a.m. to typically 12:15 p.m. And then Friday morning, it is from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Now, again, I do have other podcasts, right? And again, the podcast on Fridays with Debo Vibes, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. One time for the fan, I typically do it Friday morning from 9 a.m. to about 10:30, 11 a.m. One time for the fan. Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. So as my brother says, I'm very busy, but hey, I love doing it. I love the fact that you guys keep joining me, and we're going to keep trying to provide you with great content. Also look out for our show on Friday evenings. That's more of a focused show. It's kind of an interview show. It's a one-on-one show, typically to do with the Falcons, but just on angles you wouldn't think about, you know what I mean? So But yeah, that's about it. So again, thank you guys. Thank you to everyone who joined. Please feel free to come back. We love to see you. We love to talk Falcons. We love to interact with you. Again, I am T. Will. I want to thank God because I would not be here without him. He woke me up today as he does every day, and he is nothing but good to me, and I thank him every day. And last but not least, I want to thank my little brother, Eric Parker, and Mr. Jack Spade from One Time as a Fan, who gave me my shot in this business and help me to grow and continue to help me every day. So thank you guys. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, Miss Carrie. Miss Carrie says, great show, T. Will. Thank you again, as always. Carrie is just outstanding. So you guys have an amazing day. I will see you guys tomorrow morning at 10:15 a.m. And hey, go Braves, go Hawks, go Falcons. See you tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody. Signing off.